about matches with the Nasty Boys, Knobbs and Saggs?
That was a dream come true.
Why is that? Hard to work with?
I'll let Jim answer that.
The Nasty Boys,
Fill me in, Jim.
they got their names Nasty Boys because of 1, nasty, 2, boys, Nasty Boys. They're really hard workers, and they're just a little, I wouldn't say clumsy, but
Stiff?
I wouldn't say stiff, but clumsy, stiff, and
They made Alex Baker look like Big Buck.
really super people, really creative, really gung-ho, 100% people, 100% every time, that's what made that work.
They were the kind of guys that would kiss your wound when you came back.
Yeah.
They were great guys. We had to go out. Me and Jim had a lot of good memories for both those guys, but they were pretty snug. When Knobbs or Saggs, dropped an elbow off the top rope on you, you didn't forget it. You knew it.
Right.
They were the kind of guys that
Give you a suplex, and you said, Saggs, I think he's trying to break my spine. Amy was like, I know, I got that just off that spine thing.
I hear one match where Jim came back and kicked a hole through the wall.
Huh.
And said something to Brian about, "You trying to kill me?" Brian and Jerry were like, they were such, they were trying so hard to work with us. But they were no picnic to actually work with sometimes.
Right.
You wake up the next day.
They gave 100%, yeah.
They give you all they had, but sometimes they can hurt you just because of their size and stuff.
Now, when the Road Warriors came in, did you guys ever have problems getting them to sell for you guys at all, or no?
I don't think so. We only worked with them really one time. And unfortunately, in the one match that we worked, Hawk took about 15 classicals before he got so it wasn't much of a match. But the truth is, I don't know why Hawk, we really did have one match, and Hawk only, I don't know why he got all messed up before we got to the ring. But that happened, and it was disappointing, I think, to me, Jim, and Joe. We all kind of, it was like this match we had in our heads. For so long, we talked about this big moment, the Hart Foundation versus the Road Warriors. And then when we got there, I don't know why Hawk would elect on his own choice to take a handful of downers and stuff before we got to the ring.
Right.
But it was not such a great match because it was basically 3 guys carrying one guy for the match. And it's a shame because I know Animal felt horrible. Like he was like, we're all disappointed. And
personal letdown kind of.
the match wasn't for anybody else but ourselves.
Right.
And, we kind of felt bad that it didn't.
We really wanted to go out there and really,
That
really make a mark.
That was in Mississippi.
Yeah.